This is the Oval Network News Today with Gia Peppers and Taylor Rooks.
Greetings, I'm Taylor Rooks.
And I'm Gia Peppers.
And this is the Oval Network, the first and only source for news coming out of the Franklin White House. We've got the facts and we've got the tea. You know you want them. Let's do this thing. President Franklin has discovered that Secret Service agent Max Carter is still alive and dispatches a humbled agent Kyle Flint to go finish the job while Max sits unprotected in the hospital. The president is going to run into some trouble, though, when he discovers that Max has been secreted away by Bobby after Diane tipped him off.
Speaking of old wounds, Richard finds the exact moment in Nancy's love letters to him while he was stationed overseas where she conceived Picky and vows not to pay for his funeral. And then he goes out to do a little philandering of his own. He's hardly alone there, with Victoria closing in on Sam, offering him the job of leading her security detail since both Max and Yuma are out of commission. Sam is taken off guard by the information, and when he presses Kyle for details, it becomes clear that Sam is being deliberately kept in the dark. Ooh. To add insult to injury, Priscilla's been throwing his clothes away at home and is giving all his money away after she suspects that he's sleeping with the First Lady.
Donald begs Diane to come back and help deal with newly appointed press secretary Ellie Lyles, who's just carrying on with President Franklin while also secretly dating White House employee Alan. Donald has to lie to Alan to keep him from making trouble after Diane's press conference outed Ellie as Franklin's mistress. And all that maybe for naught if Victoria gets her way and has Ellie removed from her position and escorted right on out of that building, which is just what she attempts.
Freshly incarcerated by Ruth, Barry uses his one phone call to ask Sharon to bail him out. What confuses her is when Barry asks her to grab the money he spied under her dresser, which she doesn't even know about. It seems like they, like nearly everybody in the Franklin White House, are in for a rude awakening.
I know that's right.
Now it's time to spill that Oval tea, which is all about rumors, gossip, and hearsay that can't be covered up in the Franklin White House. You guys keep trying. I keep finding out. All right, everybody's dirty laundry is getting a thorough airing out this week, and I don't just mean Priscilla throwing out Sam's clothes. We saw them on the lawn, Priscilla. Do better. She's going scorched earth to punish Sam for his infidelity, and so is Richard after learning his wife was unfaithful to him all those years ago. The wounds never really heal. We know how that works. Jason has murdered his grandmother while his sister was asleep on the plane next to them, and he keeps asking the stewardess for the blankets for her this whole time to add insult to injury. She wasn't cold. You killed her, Jason. Victoria has once again doubled down on her attempt to get Sam in bed by offering him a nice promotion, but in doing so had to tell him about the cover-up of Denise's murder. That's what happens when you lay down with fleas. Yeah, well, that is it for today's Oval Tea.
All right, now it is time for a cross the aisle in which we try to sort out who's making the biggest and baddest impression in the Oval Office this week. Our topic this week is pettiness. Now, we've got a real banquet of stuff this week. Now, I think personally that White House butler Richard Halston takes the cake this week. Now, after discovering that Picky wasn't his wife Nancy's nephew, but her son, born out of wedlock, he goes nuclear. He knocks the meal she cooked for him to the ground. Promises he's gonna start sleeping around to get even, like they all do.
Always.
And then he refuses to pay for Picky's funeral. I mean, that's a lot of retaliation for a 20-year-old infidelity.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we can all agree that's a lot, but we've got to make room at this table for Priscilla, who doesn't even have proof that Sam slept with Victoria Franklin, but she's already tossed out all his clothing, and then Taylor, she cut Nancy a $25,000 check. All but bankrupted my man. I don't know. Like, that's petty. Sam's done a terrible job explaining his situation with the First Lady to his wife, but he is innocent, and while he's at work learning that his coworkers are being killed for a cover-up, Priscilla is putting the man out of house and home.
I mean, okay, I hear you, but I think Priscilla's pettiness is certainly pronounced, but the wounds that she is nursing are still really fresh. I mean, Richard's anger at Nancy is over something that happened so long ago. Girl, Bush was still in the White House.
Yeah, you got a
It
point.
takes a special kind of pettiness to be this sore, not simply over a decades-old indiscretion, but to tell his wife he's about to go square accounts and let her pay for her son's funeral by herself. I mean, girl, I think Priscilla's pettiness is slightly more justified.
Okay, but I truly do not know. I can't, 20 years of lying and then refusing to share any of the details sounds to me like she's putting this man through the ringer on purpose.
Sometimes you gotta do it on purpose.
Oh, well, you like that type of petty child. We gonna figure that out.
I love that type of petty.
Period. There's keeping secrets, and then there's creating and lying about the existence of a whole human being over there. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I can be moved on this one.
Okay, well then in that case, I have no choice but to concede that Priscilla's being pettier. I'll go across the aisle.
Yay! Petty power. Now, folks, let's head on over to our next segment from the Soapbox, our weekly commentary that we do here. Just as it looks like Victoria Franklin is about to be the one to discover that Jean the maid's body is under Jason's bed, Jason is up in the sky like some anti-Superman, causing mad problems for everyone unlucky enough to be near him. With his grandmother's dead body going cold in the seat across from him, he just keeps asking the stewardess for more blankets and giving his sister grief. This is all the more weird and insidious considering his end game. Pull the emergency switch and crash the plane so that it doesn't look like he strangled his own grandmother to death.
But he did.
But he did. That boy is about to rack up a serious body count, just like his parents. The president and his chief of staff are out here trying to kill Max Carter. Mrs. Franklin is going to single-handedly destroy Ellie Lyles for having sex with her husband. And meanwhile, they've got the biggest loose end of them all flying 30,000 feet above them. Someone better do something about that boy before he gets everybody killed.
And that's that on that.
And that's that on that.
That's gonna do it for us tonight. We'll be back same time next time.
Thank you for tuning into the Oval Network. A pleasure to be here as always. I'm Gia Peppers.
And I'm Taylor Rooks. Until then, stay safe out there, America.